Hello. How are we doing today? We are going to start lesson 15. There is a sprint, and I apologize on the last sprint for 14. I forgot to tell you there was a sprint on that one. I hope you noticed it. And, oh well, we just have to forgive ourselves for mistakes, and that was mine because we haven't had one for a while. So you're going to do your sprint. It's been a while since we did one. Remember that they are a 1-minute timing. You do one side, and then you're going to correct how you did on one side, and then you're going to do the side B, and you're going to time yourself for 1 minute, and you're going to hope that your score goes up on the B side. So we're going to start right there, and I'm going to have you do your sprint first. So go ahead and do your sprint, and pause the video, and then I will show you what the answers are for the A side and the B side. So you're going to do the sprint A first, and then you're going to flip over and do the B side, and then I will show you what those answers are, and hopefully your score goes up on the B side. And you are going to be subtracting today, and you're going to have to watch those really closely because they get really interesting as you go through. So pause the video, do the sprint on the A side and the B side, and then I'll be back and show you the answers to those. Okay? Pause the video. All right, so here is the solution to these problems. These are the differences for problems 1 through 44. Make sure, students, after you've corrected your work, let's say maybe you got this far, let's say maybe you got that far, you are eventually going to go back and finish all of these problems, which Ms. Starr expects that you're going to do. So you can pause the video so you can check your work and see how you did, and then hopefully you'll see your score go up on the next side. Here is side B. Hopefully you got a little bit better on side B. Maybe you came clear down to problem 18 this time. Congratulations to you if you did. So you're going to pause the video, check your work as far as you got it. Remember, you don't get to count ones that you didn't get right, and then you should finish the rest of the sprint after you get finished checking the ones that you did get done. So pause the video and check out your work. All right, so now that you finished with your sprint, let's go ahead. This is again going to be a 2-day lesson, and on day 1 you should be watching the video for lesson 15 before doing the application problem or any of the other problems on day 1. And I'm going to remind you that as you do the application problem, you need to remember to use cubes and read, draw, and write. We'll come back in a few minutes and I'll show you the solution to that. Of course, you should have your parents with you when you do that, and it's not just for you to copy. On day 1, also remember that you need to write a statement that matches the story for day 1. And then on day 1, you are going to do very similar to what we did yesterday. You're going to solve each problem using vertical form, show the subtraction on a place value chart with the chips using the chip model, and be sure that you decompose or exchange a 10 for 10 ones when you're supposed to. So you're going to be doing problems A, B, and C. Coming over a page. Whoops, I guess I better make sure you know which problem is going to be your exit ticket. So your exit ticket that you will need to send to your teacher will be problem C, is your exit ticket for this set, and then tomorrow there will be the other exit ticket. So for today's session, you'll be doing the exit ticket. Please remember that you should check these problems before you do the exit ticket to make sure that you are on the right track. So you're going to pause the video, do the problems, the application problem, and these two, check your work with the parent, and then you're going to do the exit ticket and send it to your teacher. Okay, pause the video. So are you back? Okay, you should be. Shall we take a look at our application problem? It says that there are 36 students in the school. at Mills Davis Elementary. 27 of them brought a bag lunch. I'm using cubes. The rest, that's going to be important, the rest by hot lunch. How many students are buying a hot lunch? That is what we are trying to figure out. All right, so I'm thinking about setting this up with my model. I'm looking at my whole. There are a total of 136 students in the school. That would be my whole, because that's the total students. And I do know my part. Part of those students, 27 of them to be exactly, bring lunch to school in a bag, and the rest of those students, which is our unknown part, they are taking lunch that they buy at school. Sometimes we call that hot lunch. So we have 136 students total in the school. 27 of them are bringing a lunch from home, and our other part is the one we don't know. Our missing part is how many students are bringing a hot lunch. So I'm going to start by setting up my vertical model. 36 is my whole, taking away 27 who bring a bag lunch, and I don't have 127. I'm going to use a 0 as a placeholder so that I'm absolutely positive that my 1s, 7 1s, and my 6 1s are in a column. My 2 10s and my 3 10s are in a column, and 0 hundreds with a 0 with 1 100. I'm also going to be drawing the chip model, which we did on lesson 14, and we're going to continue on lesson 15. These are the 1s, these are the 10s, these are the hundreds. I need to represent and look carefully at my whole, which is 126. That's 1 100, 3 10s, and 6 1s. Make sure that you're using the 10 frame model when you are making your dots so that it's really easy to see what you have left. All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to think carefully about whether or not I have enough 1s and if I'm going to have to decompose. 6 1s take away 7 1s, or 7 from 6. Do I have enough to be able to take 7 1s away from my 6 1s? I do not, so I need to decompose. Here comes my decompose with a slash. I'm going to exchange that or unbundle that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's still 10, but it's represented as 10 1s. Now I've made some changes that I need to record over here in my vertical form. Do I still have 6 10s? Well, no, I added 10 more. So 6 10s plus 10 10s gives me 6 10s plus 10 1s gives me 16 1s. I used to have 3 10s, but now I only have 2 because I decomposed a 10 and put it here. It didn't go away. We didn't subtract it. All we did was unbundle it or exchange it for 10 1s. Now I'm going to ask my question again. 16 1s take away 7 1s. Well, let's take away those 7 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 1s or 16 1s take away 7 1s, leaves me with 9 1s. And I can see it because it looks just like my 10 frame that we did at the beginning of the school year. Now let's take a look at what we're doing in our 10s. I have 2 10s left, but I'm taking 2 10s. So 2 10s take away 2 10s. 2 10s from 2 10s, well, that's pretty easy. I'm going to have 0 10s left when I get done. Decomposed 1 and took 2 away, which leaves me with 0 10s. And 1 100 take away 0 100s gives me 1 100. So all in total, there are 109 students who are taking a hot lunch. Please remember that I need to write that out. 109 students by hot lunch. I always have to write that out, by hot lunches. All right, so 110 students by hot. I don't think I'm going to put an S on that, by hot lunch. No S, could be. All right, so then we are going to take a look at second page where you have to write a statement that matches the story. This is what I wrote. Yours might be different than mine, but hopefully you included all of the parts. There were 136 students at school. 27 of them bring a bag lunch. 109 students buy a hot lunch. My whole, my part, and my part. Part plus part equals whole. Whole takeaway part equals part, or whole takeaway part equals part if I was doing that in a number bond. All right, let's continue on. Let's move on to our next problem. I think I'm going to show these to you today. You should have come up with 131. In this first problem, you did not have to decompose. Why? Because there were enough ones. We started with 3 ones. We're taking 2 ones away. That left us with 1 1. We did not have to decompose a 10, so we had 7 tens. Take away 4 tens is 3 tens, and 1 100 take away 0 100s gives us 131. If you got 131, congratulations to you. And hang on here for just a quick little second. Let me just do this. I just noticed a little boo-boo that I just made, and I just need to get it fixed here, as I just about showed you the exit ticket. I hope that I didn't show you that exit ticket. So on problem B, there was, we started off with 173, take away 38 gave us 135. If you did your chip model correctly, you would have had 13 ones, take away 8 ones, which was 5 ones, and 6 tens, take away 3 tens, which would be 3 tens. 1 100 take away 0 100s gave you 1 100 for a difference of 135. Now remember that problem C is your exit ticket, and you will need to send a picture of your exit ticket to your teacher. And with that, I'm going to tell you to have a great day of learning.